And now. Hello. Hello, beautiful souls. Hello. Hi, Christina. How is everyone doing today? Let me know if this is your first time tuning in with me, if you've been with me before. Today we have a real great topic to discuss. I am quite excited. As you're coming in, say hello. And let's start with, what is your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal? Let's start with that. What is your favorite animal? Well, hello, Laura. Hello, Christina. Hello, Sarah. Sophie, you look gorgeous. I feel your energy will match how you look. Oh, Sophie, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. And you guys are gorgeous, too. Thank you for being here. So as you're coming in, say hello to me. And let me know, what is your favorite animal? Let's start things fun and exciting. What is your favorite animal? So if this is your first time joining me, welcome. My name is Genna Rose Giannetti, and I am a spiritual and meditation teacher, and I am a love coach. I am on a mission to help to empower souls, to help people to transform their trauma and to heal it and to dive deeper into unconditional love, greater awakening, and greater peace. I'm on a mission for that. I'm on a mission to teach the world. Let me take that back. I'm on a mission to remind, not teach, remind the world that we are unconditional love. Because it's not something that needs to be taught. It's something to be reminded of. And so often we have forgotten. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Thank you for just being yourself. Thank you for honoring yourself. So today we have a special topic to discuss, and that is how to desire without attachment. And the reason that I bring up this subject is because a couple of days ago, I was talking to one of my clients, and this was the topic that we talked about. And I thought, you know what? This would be a fantastic discussion for Insight Time. So today we're going to be talking about how to desire without attachment. How do we do it? You know, desire is gorgeous. Desire is beautiful. Desire is wonderful. Let's be honest. I have more desire than anything. And I'm not even going to pretend that I don't. I have so much desire. But attachment to our desires is where a lot of times our suffering occurs. So in this life, we will dive deep into how to allow ourselves to desire without attaching to that desire and preventing suffering. So we will release the expectation of the desire and let go of attachment. So how does that sound? Let me know how that sounds. I'm going to take a note here because I just remembered something. How does that sound for you guys today? Beautiful. Sophie loves horses. So as you come in, if you're coming in and you're like, why is everyone naming animals right now? I ask that as you come in, please say hello. And please tell me what your favorite animal is. Let's just start it off fun and exciting. I find that so often within the spiritual community and the meditative community, there's so much seriousness sometimes. Sometimes it's just so silly. And we are all spirit. And I want to remind you guys that spirit is silly. We are silly. We can have fun. It doesn't have to be so serious all the time. So I ask you, what's your favorite animal? I have the most beautiful cat in the world. His name is Zen. I'm sure he will probably roam in here at some point. So welcome again, everyone. So I always start my lives by starting us off with just opening us up in ceremony, opening us up in community, because although we can't physically be together right now, our energy is together. Because why? Newton's first law of physics states that energy is neither created or destroyed. And that's all we are, is energy. So as we join together in this community, as we join together on Insight Table, as if you're watching this later on YouTube, your energy is being created in clusters and we are forming in community. We are forming in ceremony. So I want to just ask us to please let's open us up in ceremony for a minute and just start to just rest into this moment and just close down the eyes and just start to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow all of the beautiful energy that you are to simply just settle. If you're anything like me, I'm very high energy and I get very excited. And I have to constantly remind myself to just rest, to just simmer down. And just allow the peace in, breathing in through your nose. And breathing out through your mouth. Just allowing every breath to relax you more and more in this moment. And breathe in love for yourself. And breathe love out to everyone that's here. And then just imagine in your third eye, in your pineal gland, the spot right between your eyebrows. Just imagine that you are surrounded right where you're at with everybody that is here on this live. Just imagine all of us gathered together. For you don't need to know the faces of who's here, but just know that their energy is here. The soul, the spirit, their energetic blueprint, their form is present. So just see everyone gathered. And then just gently, if you haven't already, place your hands, your palms facing up in receiving mode. Ready to receive the love of this community today. Ready to receive the knowledge. Ready to receive the wisdom. And breathe that in. And breathe that out. As you imagine all of us gathered, see us all forming a beautiful circle. A circle of creation. A circle of love. And a circle of light. And just imagine now, beautiful light just radiating from the sun. Feel this light starting to shine and radiate over a whole entire community and circle. And gently just grab hands and imagine yourself grabbing hands with everyone that's here. And as you grab hands with everyone, start to feel this light of the sun moving from the crown of your head down to the soles of your feet, lighting up every single part of your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. And then once you have given yourself love, once you have given yourself the light, send and radiate that light of yourself out to everyone that's here. And with this light, commit to loving each other today. Commit to kindness today. Commit to participation today. Commit to respectfulness today. And commit to being your own authentic, unapologetic self. Allow yourself to be just the beautiful person that you are, without filter, without a mask, without shame. And promise and commit to see everybody as their own authentic, beautiful, unapologetic self. For we do not need to apologize for who we are. For we are good enough just as we are. Together we will integrate the light, and together we will integrate the darkness, allowing the light and the darkness to integrate inside of us, to create a beautiful balance, a beautiful dance of night and day, of black and white, of peace and chaos, of unity and separation. And allow it to come through every part of your being, accepting everyone as they are. And just simply thank everyone for joining today. And breathe that love in and breathe that love out. And gently open up your eyes, coming back into this space, placing your hands at your heart, bowing down to everyone that's here, thanking everyone for joining today, and saying, it's going to be an amazing live today. Say it in the chat. It's going to be an amazing live today. Today is going to be a great live. Say it. Speak it. Feel it. Feel it. It's going to be a great live today. I feel it. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Juliet loves koala bears. Ooh, and penguins. Woo! And birds. Yes. Yeah, it is. Woo! Yes. Feel it. Say, I'm going to learn. I'm going to know. I'm going to love. It's beautiful. So, I love you guys. If you guys get nothing else from tonight, or today, whatever time zone it is for you right now, if you get nothing else from today, I hope that you leave feeling loved. I hope that you leave feeling accepted. I hope you leave feeling free to be your own authentic self, without shame, without guilt, without fear. And I promise to be my own authentic self. So today we're going to be talking about how to desire without attachment. How do we do that? How? How do we desire without attachment? Does anyone have any idea? How do we do this? Woo! Oh, I love sloths. Nancy, I love sloths. I just love them. Sloths make me so happy. That and alpacas. So, if this is your first time joining, welcome again. I am a spiritual and meditation teacher, and I am a love coach. And I welcome you. I welcome you for just being here. You know, showing up is always the hardest thing. And it's all uphill from here. It's always showing up. That's the hard part. But once you're here, I hope you feel my warmth. I hope you feel my encouragement. I hope you feel my love. And I hope that you stay. So if it's your first live, welcome. Please make sure to hit the follow button so you can get all of my lives. I regularly do different workshops. I have different courses. I offer coaching. I do a whole lot. Thank you. Thank you. So, today's topic is, how do we desire without attachment? It's a nice cup, huh? I'm a little thirsty. How do we do that? So, I have found that desire is one of the most beautiful things in the world. You know, if you come from a Buddhist tradition, you know, Buddhism has a way of teaching us to be unattached, to desire nothing. And my belief, and I ask you guys to please take what resonates for you guys and leave what doesn't resonate. Take what resonates for your being, and if there's something I'm saying and you're like, I don't know about that, then throw it away, okay? Put it through your own body. Put it through your own mind. Challenge my thinking. Challenge your own thinking. Challenge everyone's thinking. Because all that I am is your reflection. All that I am is you. So as I talk today and every day you're live with me, pay attention to how it feels in your body when I'm talking. If it feels great in your body while I'm talking, then great, take it. If it doesn't feel good in your body, then throw it away. If sometimes you get angry, I've had people get angry or frustrated with what I'm saying, and it's because I'm bringing up something that's bringing up some kind of trauma, some kind of pain, some healing that needs to be taken place. So I ask you, if I trigger you today, I don't mean to trigger you, I don't mean to upset you, but give me a chance, because I promise that powerful healing, sometimes a tornado has to happen for us to create the house of our dreams. So allow whatever feelings that need to be there without judgment. Just allow it, because you never know how the universe is working. So, desire is gorgeous. I love desire. And I personally feel that, why are we on this earth? Why were we put in this earth suit if we weren't supposed to desire? And of course, Buddhism and things like that teaches us not to desire. But I personally don't think that's true. The problem with desire often becomes the attachment to what we desire. We become attached to our desire. And very often when we have a desire, we will get attached to it. And that can cause suffering to occur. Suffering can sometimes occur. The more that we desire something, oftentimes the more we resist it, and then we become in the vibration of suffering. So, how do we desire without becoming attached to it? So first off, what is suffering? Please participate. Please talk to me. How do you personally define suffering? How do you define suffering? Please participate. Participate. And let me know, how do you define suffering? And I think what we will find is that everyone defines it similarly, but also differently. So pain, okay? Pain. What else? How else do you define suffering? So me, and I'm going to get into that, but I don't feel suffering as pain. When I can't take it anymore. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Be vulnerable, be open, yes. Suffering is when something is not in aligned with our body, mind, and emotion. Beautiful, beautiful. Hurting the people I love, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I want to know what, Christina, thank you for that. Yeah, hurting yourself. And let's be honest, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever hurt someone. We've all done it. We've all done it. We don't mean to. We don't want to hurt anyone. But we do. We do. And it's allowing ourselves to know that that doesn't feel good in our body. And being open and honest. And especially hurting yourself. Because when you're hurting others or you're hurting yourself, you're always hurting yourself. Because no one's outside of us. That's the biggest illusion of all. Is that we're separate. And we're not separate. I'm you. You are me. We're in a different incarnation. We're in a different body. We are not separate. It's mental and physical pain through various scenarios in life. Yes. Honestly, I lashed out at my sibling because I felt I was being hurt by her over the years. So I want to ask you, you said I lashed out at my sibling because I felt I was being hurt by her over the years. Start to narrow that down of what, and if you need to journal this, what was the hurt that you were feeling? What was that hurt? Was it abandonment? Was it fear? Was it rejection? What? You don't have to answer here. You can, but journal with yourself. Accusations. Okay, beautiful. So once you have that feeling, betrayal, yeah. So once you have that, start to turn it back on yourself and say, okay, I felt accusations from my sibling. I felt that they were always accusing me of something, that they were always being harsh. And then turn it back to yourself, like see your sibling hurting you, see them hurting you, and then see yourself looking back, like you're looking at yourself, and start to ask yourself, where in your life are you making accusations about yourself? Where in your life are you betraying yourself? Where are you accusing yourself of things that aren't of your highest vibration and your highest alignment? And this can be really simple, from accusing yourself of not being attractive, accusing yourself of feeling guilty, accusing yourself of being overweight, accusing yourself of all of these things. Ask yourself, where are you accusing yourself? And then you will always find that everything outside of us, that lashing that you did at your sibling, was a very beautiful, powerful moment of anger that needs to be celebrated, because in you expressing that anger, even though it may have been hurtful, even though it may have been painful for you to lash out on them because you love your sibling, you needed to release that emotion to then allow the energy to move, to then release that emotion. Because before you lashed out, this emotion was in your body and you needed to release it. All of our emotions are just energy that needs to be released. So beautiful. So, suffering. I personally feel that there was a formula for suffering. I don't suffer. Have I suffered? Absolutely, I've suffered. But it's been a long time since I suffered. And the reason for that is because I believe there is a formula for suffering. Maybe you guys have heard it, and I don't know where I heard this from the very first time. I heard it from someone. This isn't my own words, but it's pain plus resistance equals suffering. Pain plus resistance equals suffering. So I don't suffer, but I've had a lot of pain. I've experienced a lot of pain. You felt that pain. You felt that pain of your sibling. Christina, you've felt that betrayal. Paul, you've felt the pain of someone hurting you, right? We've all felt pain. Okay, pain is a normal part of life. When a woman gives birth to a baby, she has contractions and her vagina feels like it's going to die and explode because she's in so much pain from giving birth. Okay? A woman has to go through the pain, has to go through the agony to then birth a beautiful child into this world. And it's when we resist the pain and say, nope, I don't want the pain. I don't want to look at the accusations. I don't want to look at the betrayal. I don't want to look at the fact that my stomach is hurting me right now. So I'm just going to take a bunch of pills so that my gut is back, so that my stomach doesn't hurt. Oh, I have a headache right now. Oh, I don't want to feel the headache, so I'm just going to take a bunch of aspirin. You're resisting the pain. And when you are resisting the pain plus resistance, you receive suffering. Pain plus resistance equals suffering. So the very first step in suffering, to not suffer, is to first feel pain. Allow pain. Allow it to be there. Emotional pain, mental pain, physical pain, spiritual pain. And it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. And it is not easy when we have physical pain, when we have emotional pain. It is the hardest thing to sit in our pain and not take a pill, or not to smoke weed or drink alcohol, or, something else to take away the pain. It's easy to look for a medicine. And when I say medicine, I mean anything, emotionally, whatever, anything to numb it. It's easy to do that. it's harder to feel the pain. But as you feel the pain, you allow the pain to move through your body. And every single pain that you have, whether it's emotional or whether it's physical, is there for a reason. If you are having stomach problems and you're having gut problems, you are having those problems because your body is indicating to you something that you're not listening to. If you are having stomach pain, you aren't trusting your gut. It's always very literal. You're not trusting your gut. And so as we sit with this pain, we can talk with the pain. We can communicate with the pain. This is what meditation is great for. Asking ourselves, asking the pain, okay, I feel you stomach ache. I feel this pain. Why are you here? What have you come to teach me? What have you shown? What are you coming to show me? And stop resisting it. Allowing it. Allow it. So suffering is pain plus resistance equals suffering. Pain plus resistance equals suffering. So that's the first part, is we often suffer when we become attached. When we have a desire that we want, we then will get attached to our desire. So let's say that your desire is you're ready to find your soulmate. You've made your money. You've worked hard. You've done your work. You've done your soul work. You've done your emotional things. You are so ready. And you're like, I'm ready for this partner. I'm ready. I'm ready, universe. I'm ready, God. And you're holding on to that desire. And the more that you're holding on to, I have to have my husband, I have to have my wife, I have to have my soulmate, I have to have it, and they have to be vegan, and they have to be spiritual, and they have to work out, and they have to care about their body, and they have to love my niece, and they have to communicate well, and they have to be empathetic, and they have to, and they have to, and they have to, and you create all this resistance for the universe to then bring you your desire because you have attachment. Because now you don't only want a partner, you want a partner that's vegan, and you want a partner that's spiritual, and you want a partner that cares about their body, and you want a partner that communicates well, and you want a partner this, and this, and you're literally crunching on to this desire, and you are causing resistance. And then the universe is not delivering to you your partner. The universe is not giving you your husband, your wife, your soulmate that you asked for. And so now you had a desire which was gorgeous. It was beautiful. You wanted a husband. You wanted a wife. You were ready, and you were ready, and you were ready for it. But then you got resistance because you became attached to what the person would look like and what the person would act like and what the person would feel like. And now you're laying in your bed, crying your eyes out, eating a pint of ice cream, and you're mad at yourself because now you're eating ice cream, and now you're like, you just did yoga for an hour, and now that yoga's going down the drain, and your cat won't stop meowing, and now you're in suffering, and you're like, I'm really suffering. So now what do you do? So I see your comments. Your comments are beautiful. I want to read them, but I'm going to continue to rant for a minute because if you've been on my live, once I get started, if I get distracted, I'll get distracted and I won't come back. So I'm trying this new thing, guys. If you've been with me, it's a new thing I'm trying where I stay focused. So I'm going to read your comments after. So anyway, so you have this desire. Now you cause resistance. Now you have suffering. So what do you do? What do you do? And why? So first, when you're in that situation, you have to look at, so how do we have this desire without getting attached to it, which then prevents us and moves us into suffering? The way out of this is by first seeing the desire, acknowledging the desire, embracing the desire, and then asking ourselves, what is this desire going to do for me? How is this desire going to make me feel? What is the feeling of this desire? What is the feeling of it? Because every single thing that we desire in our life, we want it because of the feeling that we believe it will give us, right? So going back to the example of, wanting your soulmate, wanting, your partner. What is the feeling? What will it feel like when you have that? You'll feel love. You'll feel connection. You'll feel laughter. You will probably feel a little bit of anger and frustration at them sometimes, let's be honest, right? You'll feel pleasure. You'll feel ecstasy. You'll feel companionship. You'll feel joy. You come back to the feeling of what it is that you desire. And then become attached not to the person, not to the vegan, spiritual, athletic, whatever partner that you want. And look for that feeling of it. Become and allow the desire of the feeling to take over. Because when you desire the feeling of it, then you don't get entangled and attached to an outcome. Instead, you are attached to a feeling. And that feeling of love, of joy, of ecstasy, of pleasure, of companionship, that feeling you can experience with or without the partner. Even though you have a belief system that you can't feel this way until you have that partner, you can. And so it's coming back to the feeling, finding the feeling of that desire. So how do we desire without attachment? We desire by feeling it, by feeling the pleasure, by feeling the vibration of that which we desire. Because when we do that, then the universe gives us room to not only desire without attachment, but to actually receive our desire, to actually receive it. Because you're no longer attached to the person, you're attached to the feeling. And the feeling will always be good, because the feeling of joy, the feeling of ecstasy, the feeling of pleasure, the feeling of companionship will never cause suffering. It will never cause suffering. You can't feel joy and be like, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm suffering. No, that doesn't exist. You aren't having an orgasm. Sorry for anyone that's prude. You're not in the middle of an orgasm and feeling so good in your body and your soul and your spirit, and then be like, oh no, suffering. No, you just enjoy the pleasure. You just enjoy the ecstasy. But you can sure be making love to someone, and while you're making love to them, start to feel suffering or pain or trauma. Anyone who's ever made love to someone and has cried in the middle of it, I'm guilty of that. I'll cry in the middle of that, right? Because it might bring up some trauma or some pain or some healing, right? But when you're in the feeling place of it, you move yourself into that desire and you're no longer attached to the outcome. And when you're not attached to the outcome, then you don't suffer. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? And remembering that when we have pain and we resist that pain, suffering occurs. When we have pain and resist the pain and resist feeling and acknowledging that pain, that's when suffering will occur. So if there's something that you really desire in your life, We all have something. Let me know in the chats. What is something you desire? What is something that you're trying to manifest? Yes, it will be recorded. I will be putting this on YouTube right after. So right after this is done, you can look me up on YouTube, Genna Rose Giannetti. And you're welcome. So what is it that you desire? What are you trying to manifest in your life right now? Let me know in the comments. And while you do that, I'm going to read through all of your beautiful comments. My personality is such that I tend to believe what she says about me. And I started working in a way I always wanted to prove myself. Is that healthy, Yubi? You believe what she tells you because you're not secure in your own sense of self. And this is something that I was guilty of for years. So many of us are empaths, right? And this idea of being an empath is so great and so wonderful. But the way that each of us became an empath is by, not all of the time, but a good majority of the time, we became empaths because there was so much trauma or pain, or I'll just say chaos, going on in our environment growing up, that as a safety mechanism, we had to look out into the world and say, well, how is mommy feeling? How is daddy feeling? Are they going to fight? Are they going to argue? Oh, look at what's going on at school. Oh, I got to protect these two friends because if I don't monitor that they're happy or they're sad or whatever, then chaos and frustration and fights and arguments will happen. And so you started looking outwards to the world and caring more about the outer world for your own safety, for your own protection, for your own security, that you didn't take a step back and say, well, how is you be feeling right now? How does you be feel? How does you be feel about the situation at hand? Does this make me feel good? Does this make me feel sad? Does this make me feel fantastic? What is it? You weren't tuned into your feelings. You were tuned into other people's feelings. So now, you're all grown up and, you have this personality where you tend to believe what she says about you and what everyone says about you because you're not secure in who you are. You're not standing strong and tall in who you be is. When you're like, oh, I know I'm beautiful, and someone's screaming at you you're ugly. And you're like, oh, well, maybe I am ugly. Because you refuse to look in the mirror and see your beauty and see your grace and see how fantastic of a person you are. You have to stand in your own sense of self. And when you stand in your own sense of self, then your sister, people will reflect things back at you that you don't prefer and you don't like and you don't, and you'll stop, you'll observe it, you'll feel it, and you'll be like, nope, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't resonate. I let that go. And remember that you are creating your reality. So the question is, who do you want to become? Because you're creating yourself to be whoever you desire to be. So if your sister is saying that you're a liar and you're believing that, I'm just throwing on an example, then you become that. Otherwise, if someone's screaming at you and accusing you of lying about something, you can look at that situation and observe that situation, feel that situation, and be like, wait a second, am I lying about something? Am I emotionally lying about? Am I lying to myself? Or am I lying to my family subconsciously? And then you can be like, no, I'm not. And then you can just calmly and rationally and logically be like, no, that's not true. See me differently. See me differently. Because the version of you that you are seeing is not in alignment with the version I see of myself. Does that make sense? There's nothing to prove. You just are. There's nothing ever to prove. Beautiful. Paul, putting negative information in your head and pain is a repeating cycle. Sorry, that went down. Repeating cycle of constant feeds it and makes you unhealthy mentally and physically as well to a degree. It's always first mentally and then emotionally, and then it moves through your body physically. Every physical element is first emotional, mental, and spiritual misalignment. Disease is dis-ease. Dis-ease. You are at dis-ease. Your body, your mind is not in ease. It's in dis-ease. Your heart is not at ease. It's in dis-ease. And so now you have physical disease because you didn't look at the pain and the trauma and feel the dis-ease. You just took a pill, or you drank alcohol, or you ignored it, or you worked hard, or you whatever. I constantly beat myself up for my mistakes. Stop it! Stop it, stop it, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Don't beat yourself up. Make peace. But seriously, I constantly beat myself up for my mistakes. I made and feel guilty for things I've done years ago. I don't know how to let it go. It's like I'm resisting letting go and forgiving myself. Yeah. First off, Laura, look up. I want everyone to do this right now. I want you to look up wherever you're at and look at the room around you. Observe where you're at. Observe the colors of the walls. Observe the sounds. Observe what you're tasting. Observe what you're feeling. Just observe. And notice, as you observe the room around you, whatever you did in your past that you're feeling guilty for, it's not happening in this moment. It's not happening in this moment. It's in another timeline. And in that timeline, it's playing out. But in this moment, it's not healed. So the first step is recognizing it's not in the now. It's in the head. It's in the mind. And recognize now, since you looked outside of yourself, now look inside yourself. Look within yourself. Look at the person that you are. Look at the mother that you are. Look at the daughter that you are. Look at the friend that you are. Look at all that you've accomplished. Look at all of your successes. Look at how great of a cook you are. Look at everything that makes up Laura. Look at how you feel with this guilt right now. Look at the lesson that you learned. For you to feel guilty about anything means that there was a lesson that occurred and you no longer are in alignment with that choice that you made in the past, and you now have a different perspective. It was a learning. And now recognize that without whatever it is that you feel guilty about happening, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. You wouldn't be in the room that you are in right now. You wouldn't be the beautiful soul, successful, achieving soul that you are. Recognize that whatever that mistake was, I don't care what it was. I don't care if you were Hitler and you did the worst of the worst of the worst. I used a real extreme example there, okay? Because we all know it. That moment that Hitler did what Hitler did, he made an impact. And that made him and made his soul and made the history of what he did who we all know him to be now. And I use that example because it's a horrible example. And I'm pretty damn sure that you didn't do what Hitler did. Right? So cut yourself a break. But it makes you, every mistake, every regret that we have, makes us the person that we are today. And we get to choose whether we want to be that person still, or change and be a different person. And without you doing what you did that you have guilt about, you wouldn't have learned the lesson. And you wouldn't be the person that is sitting here on this live right now. That memory, that regret, that pain brought you here. It brought you here. So for anyone that is having any kind of regret or guilt or pain and is having a hard time letting go of something, look at your surroundings. Look at where you're at now. And then look internally and look at your internal guidance and all that you've achieved. And then finally, look down at your feet. And it sounds silly, but look at your feet and thank your feet. And thank every single step that you have taken. Whether it was a joyful step, or a painful step, or a guilt trip step. Thank every step. Because every step led you to this now moment. And you never get it done. And we don't always get it right. But it's learning. So give yourself loving kindness. That's how you start to let it go. That's how you start to forgive yourself. Because until you forgive yourself, no one else can forgive you. Does that help, Laura? To be stuck in rumination and can't get out of it. I'm reading through the comments. Carol, bad back pain recently. Thank you for these words to allow pain. Carol, if you have back pain, what are you holding that's hurting you? Your back is your support. Your back is used to carry. Your back is to be straight, to carry, to support. So what in your life are you carrying that is too heavy? And know that it is okay to let things go. It is okay to drop things. You don't have to support everything. Who are you supporting that's too heavy? And what in your life are you supporting that's too heavy? And let it go. Make a list, Carol. If you have back pain, make a list. Do this for anything. But back pain is you're supporting too much. You're carrying too much. Make a list of everything that you feel you are taking on. Everything that you are carrying. Emotionally and physically. If you have children, you're carrying your children. If you are married, you're carrying your spouse. If you have a job, you're carrying a job. If you are trying to clean your house, you're carrying the idea that you have to have a clean house. We're constantly carrying all these things and we're hurting ourselves by trying to support everything. And it's about simplicity, letting it all go. When I was a little girl, I used to want this big, huge, 10,000 square foot house. And now I don't want a big house. I don't even know how many square foot this house is that I'm in. But my house is 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, and I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with this house anymore. And I'm like, I just want to simplify. I say that every single day. And I am simplifying because in 1 week today, I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona in a 1-bedroom apartment. Woo! And I'm simplifying. Woo! So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Make a list. I'm giving you homework. Make a list. I just want an RV. I thought about that for a while when I was going to do it, but I need a little bit of grounding. Yes, thank you. Yep, I did. Yep. Yes, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to read through these comments. I want to honor what everyone says. I am sorry, but I'd rather give birth naturally than talk to my toothache that requires a root canal. I'm sorry, but I'd rather give birth naturally than talk to my toothache that requires a root canal. That's so fun. Oh, I get it now. I took a little bit. You'd rather give birth than talk to your toothache. Okay, so you have a toothache. Okay, so what in your life is giving you a toothache? What is hurting you? What is a toothache? What in your life is a literal toothache for you? What is it that is so hard for you to bite into? What is it in your life that you just keep biting into? And is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? Is it an idea? Something in your life that you, every time you just bite into it or you take it in or you try to digest it, it hurts. What is the toothache in your life? Get out of it. What is it that you're not rooting in? Talk to your tooth. Because you want to know what, Sophie? And I know you don't want to hear this, but you can get a root canal, and that's fine, and that's perfect, and you should. If you need a root canal, get a root canal, right? But when we go to doctors or get surgery or these things happen, it's a quick fix, which is beautiful, right? But we still have to deal with the emotions that come with it. And if you don't deal with the emotions after you get the root canal, then it will happen again in another tooth. And then you will have to deal with it again. You'll get another cavity. So deal with it. Get that root canal, right? But deal with the emotions that come with it. Yes, so exciting. Okay, we're going back to these comments. Thanks for you guys. Thank you for you. Yep, it was recorded. We talked about that. To move away from my family. Okay, so you have a desire to move away from your family. The name of my channel is just my name. Just my name. I'm sorry, I saw that late, Rihanna. The name of my YouTube. Everything in my life is my name. I just go by my name. Genna Rose Giannetti. Sorry that was late. And move away from your family, okay? I want to have a successful career as an artist. Yes. Good morning from India. Beautiful. Rihanna, the same name she uses in here. Oh, thanks. You have me in tears. Oh, good. I'm so glad I can make you cry. I'm so glad I can make you cry. So funny. Yes, that's exactly me. Insecure. I love what you said. Every word resonates. Thank you. Gazillion things, small things I was going to ask. Oh my God, exciting. Nice gender. One better than great for a while. I want to do minimalist things. Less is more sometimes. Yes. I am having leg pain and stomach pain today. I just moved and everything is moving inside. Well, that's it. Everything's moving. You just answered it. Everything's moving. Everything. Your support, what you were used to, is different. You know, your gut is now different. What you could stomach before and what you can stomach now is different. So allow that pain to be there, and it's not easy. It's not easy, right? But these pains are indicators of the growth and the stresses of our lives. So your leg pain, is indicate you just moved, and you literally are moving everything. Everything inside yourself and everything inside your external world. You're constantly moving, and your stomach is now going through a new rebalancing. It has to rebalance itself because it's now in a different environment. Trust your gut. Trust your gut and allow your legs to support you. True enough. Thank you. Deal with emotions that are attached to it. Yeah. That's what I feel now. All the accusations and judgments that she blamed me for, I just can't tolerate anymore. I did all of these years. Yeah. Well, choose not to. Choose not to. Put yourself first. So, to conclude what we were talking about. So I asked, what is it that you desire? You said to be successful. Yes. Trust your body. Rest, Lord. Rest. You said that a successful career as an artist, to move away from your family. So whatever it is that you desire, what is it that you desire? And then ask yourself, what will it feel like when you move away from your family? What is the feeling that will give you? To have a successful career as an artist, what is the feeling that will give you? Because if the feeling is freedom, let's say the reason you want to move away from your family is because it will give you freedom. What if you got the freedom before you moved away? Then the pressure to move away there wouldn't be as much resistance to moving away, which would then allow the desire to come in to actually allow you to move away. Because once you have the feeling of that which you desire, once you have the freedom for that we're talking about, for example, of moving away from your family, then there's no more resistance that you're putting. There's no more attachment to it. And you're only attached to the feeling. So detach from the desire and know that that's going to happen. It's already done. You're going to move away from your family. You're going to have the successful career, Kiro. It's already done. It's already done. Now you just have to move into the feeling place of it. Move into the feeling place of it. And desire. Don't stop desiring, but don't allow resistance to occur. Because if you allow the resistance, then you're going to have the suffering. So allow the desire with the feeling that it gives you. So one thing you can do is, Sarah, when you want to move away from your family, or Kira, when you want to, have your successful career, if it feels good to think about it, if it feels good to imagine it, if it feels good, then keep dreaming, keep visualizing, keep feeling, keep it active. But if you think about moving away from your family, and it, feels bad, right? You're like, oh, I'm never getting out of here. How am I ever going to do this? How am I ever going to come up with the money? Let go. Let go of it. Only think and dream and look at it when it feels good. Okay? An example is, let's say you're in a relationship, okay? And let's say you're in a relationship and you're fighting with your partner, and let's take it back. Back up. You're in a relationship, okay? And you go on a date with your partner, and you guys are having a lovely time, and you're laughing and you're giggling and they're attentive and it feels good. And then they say, hey, do you want to come back to my place tonight? And you felt really good about the date, right? So you're like, yeah, I want to come back to your place. So you let the desire continue. But let's say you go on a date, right? And the date wasn't really that great, and you weren't really interested, and you were fighting and you were arguing, and then they say, okay, do you want to come back to my place now? The natural idea is, no, I don't want to come back to your place. We literally were fighting at dinner. So thinking about everything we desire in that context of, if it feels great to think about you moving out of your family's house, then continue to put your attention on it, your dream on it. But if it feels bad to think about that, then bring your attention away from it. Because our desires are a double-ended sword. It's a double-ended sword. Whew. So, with all that being said, I hope that helps. So, we are almost an hour. I want to end us in meditation. So I just thank you guys for you. If this was your first time joining, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being your own authentic, brave self. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for you. So if this is your first time joining, please make sure to hit the follow button. Also, it's 2022. It's time we step into our desires without being attached to them. It's time for us to feel our desires. And if you are ready to achieve what you desire, and you're like, I'm not going to create any more resistance. I'm going to do it. I need someone to hold me accountable. This is the year. This is the year that I move out of my parents' house. This is the year I achieve my career. This is the year that I find the love of my life. This is the year that I heal all of my trauma and my pain and my suffering. Then allow me to be your coach. If anyone's interested in one-on-one coaching, I do individual sessions, and I also do 3-month programs. I'm leaving the link below, and you can just set up You can set up either a coaching call with me if you want one coaching call, or you can set up a strategy call if you're interested in a 3-month coaching program. And I'm here to be your accountability partner, to love you, to hold your desire, to hold your dream, and to help you to move towards that which you desire. So if you are interested in that, feel free to check out my website, sign up for a strategy call, or even an individual coaching session, whatever is best for you guys. I also do workshops and courses regularly, and I do a lot. As I said, I move a week from today. I'm super excited. I'm super grateful. So things might be a little hiccupy while I move in, but I'm here. So please don't forget that. Are vision boards misleading? No, not at all. I love vision boards. I just took everything down, but I had a huge vision board right here. Vision boards are amazing, but reminding yourself that everything that you desire on that vision board, you desire because of the feeling that it gives you. And so when you are looking at your vision board, just like I just said, if it feels good to look at it, then keep looking at it. And if it feels bad to look at it, then take your attention away from it. Vision boards are powerful, 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 powerful. But don't become so attached to that vision, because this is what happens. And this is one thing I didn't mention is a lot of times we desire something, and I was telling my client this yesterday. A lot of times we desire something, and the universe isn't giving us our desire yet. And we're sitting here, and we're crying, and we're suffering, and we say, why don't we have our desire yet? And the reason that we don't have our desire yet is the universe hurt us. God hurt us. Whatever hurt us, right? But we're not ready for our desire, and we think we're ready, but we're not. An example of this, I'm gonna talk about myself. So for years, I have been ready, guys. I've been ready for my $1 million. I've been ready. I'm like, my $1 million is coming. I'm gonna achieve my first $1 million. It's happening. And then year after year, I'm like, well, where's that? Why is that not happening? Why don't I have my $1 million? True story, guys, okay? And I'm like, I just want my abundance. I just want my prosperity. I just want my wealth. Like, I'm taking massive action. Why am I not getting my clients? Why is this not happening, right? And then I look back at this past year, and I looked at the lesson that I learned, and it dawned on me like this big, huge light bulb. And I was like, okay, well, what has this year been about for me? What have I been learning? And this was right before New Year's, and I thought, boundaries. Like 2021 for me was all about boundaries. 2021 for me was all about self-love and boundaries, and honoring myself and honoring my boundaries, and especially honoring other people's boundaries and respecting that. And then it dawned on me, oh my God, that's why I haven't achieved the money. That's why I haven't achieved my massive wealth, because I needed the lesson in boundaries. I needed the lesson in self-love, of taking care of myself first, because if I didn't have the boundaries to respect my money, then I continued, and I continued to give it away. And until I had the boundary to be like, you know what, like, I love you so much, but I can't, and I have to put up this boundary. It wasn't until I learned that lesson that money started flowing in, I realized. And this happened, this literally, just a couple weeks ago, a family member of mine, I'll say this, a family member of mine called me, and they had gotten themselves in jail. And they called me from jail, and they asked me to bail them out. And their bail was $10,000. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, do I pay the $10,000 right now to get them out of jail? And it was that lesson of a boundary, a money boundary, of me not judging, right? Me not judging their behavior, but thinking, well, they're going to court tomorrow, and everything will be settled then. And it was that powerful lesson of a boundary for me that I needed before I can achieve my desire of the money that I want to achieve. So if there's something that you're desiring and you're not yet getting it, it's on its way. But you're learning the lessons and the values that you need so that when you get that desire, you can stay with that desire. Because how many times in our lives have we wanted something and then it was too soon? Or we lost the partner, or we lost the money, or we lost the health because we weren't ready. How often have we wanted our dream body and we lost all this weight and then we gained the weight back because we weren't ready for that yet? So trust the universe, trust it, and detach. Did you guys get the link that I put in my link tree? I'm getting whatever. Did you get the link that I put? My link tree thing. I'm going to post it again. Let me know if you guys can. And then I have a course in cord cutting, letting go of past partners. I have a women empowerment group. I have so much more, so just check out this link. Nice talk. Thank you. So I'm going to anchor us up into a meditation really quick. And then we're going to end for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this meditation and you enjoyed everything I was talking about and you resonated with it, please feel free to leave a donation if you're feeling called to, and helping me to achieve my biggest desires and what I want for my life right now so that I can help you guys to move towards your greatest desires and your greatest wants and achievements. And I'm going to put some music on. And there we go. Sorry if that's really loud. Sorry if that was loud. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. That means so much to me. So I record all of my meditations. Today, I hope won't be a long one. But if you know me, I kind of get carried away. Thank you for that donation. Oh, did the music stop? Can you guys hear this music? I can't hear the music. Let me know if you guys can hear the music. But not Yubi, thank you for that beautiful donation. Okay, can you guys hear it now? Beautiful. Alright, beautiful souls. So I record all of these lives. So I will do an introduction at the beginning and a conclusion at the end. Do not leave at the end, okay? Here we go. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome to today's beautiful meditation. In today's beautiful meditation, we will be diving deep into how to desire without attachment by finding the feeling of that which we desire. So I ask you now to just sit down, finding a spot where you will not be disturbed, and start to just close down your eyes, resting into this moment, and breathing in through your nose, and breathing out through your mouth, breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing the breath to guide you. Allowing the breath to give you life, to give you peace, to give you love. And breathe that in and breathe that out. simply then start to set an intention for today. An intention to bring into your reality your desire without attachment. Picturing now in your third eye, in your pineal gland, your deepest desire. And you can call on any guides, any angels, any ancestors to help you with seeing and feeling this desire now. And breathe that desire in. And breathe that desire out. And see the desire in your mind's eye, your third eye, your pineal gland. And allow yourself to play imagination like you did when you were a child. If you can't see your desire, just name it. Name your desire. And as you name your desire, your higher self will start to form the pictures of it. And relax into it. Breathe out. And as you picture this desire, feel in your body what it feels like to have this desire. Feeling freedom, joy, love. Feel that desire. What does it feel like? And naming the feeling. Feel that feeling in every cell, every atom, every molecule. And then simply let go of the picture, the idea of your desire, and hold only on to the feeling of it. Letting go of the vision, the image. Just feeling. And just sitting here in that feeling. If you are having a hard time feeling it, name that feeling and imagine a time when you did feel that feeling. When did you feel love? When did you feel peace? When did you feel success? And allow that feeling to move through you. And I leave you for a moment to just meditate on that feeling. With your eyes closed, just feel and imagine every scenario, every moment where you have already had that feeling until you hear my voice again. gently start to bring back that desire. Now visualizing, experiencing, seeing and feeling that desire, but the now knowing that the desire isn't the destination, but that the feeling that that desire gives you is what you really desire. The desire is not in the item. The desire is not in the person. The desire is not in the physical, but that the desire is the emotion and the feeling that you associate with that desire. Notice that as you felt the feeling of joy, of love, of freedom, of success, of excitement, whatever that feeling was, notice that as you had the feeling of that, the idea, the vision of the desire was not needed anymore. For as you feel the emotion and the feeling of it, you recognize that's what you wanted the whole time. And as you feel it and you experience it, it allows the universe to bring to you that desire. For as we desire, we often get attached to the outcome, to the vision, to the person, to the place, to the object. And often as we become attached to that outcome, suffering occurs. But as you now know, when you feel the feeling of that desire, suffering never occurs. Feel your love for yourself. Feel your acceptance for yourself. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And start to come back to your body, back to this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Gently opening up your eyes. Smiling at me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining today in today's beautiful meditation. May you now recognize that everything you desire, everything that you've always desired, you've had within you the whole entire time, for that the feeling has always existed within you. You are in control. You have the power. Please allow me to continue to hold loving space for you guys and guide you as you awaken further to yourself, to your feelings, to your wisdom, to your love. If you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, allow me to coach you to your greatness, coach you to the feeling place of that which you desire. You can check that out in my link in my description, or go to GennaRoseGiannetti.com. And if you enjoyed this meditation, feel free to leave a donation to help me in my desire, for I already feel the feeling of that which I desire. I feel the love. I feel the abundance. I feel the wealth. I feel the health. I feel it all. So thank you. Placing your hands in front of your heart. Bowing down with me. Namaste. Please comment below what you experienced, what you felt, and allow me to guide and coach you further. Namaste, guys. I love you. Alright, guys. We are all finished with that. I'm just going to save this beautiful meditation. Desire without attachment. Thank you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. The light in me welcomes the light in you. So thank you for today. Let's end today with an I love you. Let me know in the chat. Say I love you to every person here, all 96 of us that are gathered. I want to see the whole comments fill up with I love yous. And thank you for that donation, UB. Thank you for all of your donations. Let's fill this whole chat up with I love yous. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And let everyone know that they are loved. And then let's just close. Remember that if you are interested in anything that I offer, you can just go to my website, GennaRoseGiannetti.com. There's also my link tree. Look at my courses and so much more. I love you, Sophie. And let's just close down the circle, but never close down the love. Coming back to yourself, closing down your eyes. And now just imagining all 96 of us, all gathered together, holding hands, anchoring in love, anchoring in light, anchoring in our desires without attachment, without fear, without guilt, without shame, allowing ourselves to be our own authentic selves, unapologetically, and allowing everyone to be their authentic self, unapologetically. And thank everyone for joining today. Feel the love and the radiance and the gracefulness, the beauty. And just place your hands at your heart and bowing your forehead down and repeating namaste. For my soul recognizes your soul, that we are one soul in many bodies. Thank you all for joining. Nancy, thank you for saying I love you. Sophie, thank you for saying I love you. All other 94 of you, come on, you can say it too. Until next time, guys, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Mwah. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday.